Hey everyone, Happy New Year. To kick in the new year, I've got a budget PC perfect for first-time builders that will score you 60 FPS and 1080p, good thermals, using name brand parts, all for $601. So let's get into it. First off, we've got the AMD Ryzen 5 5500 6-core processor. Its core clock speed has a base of 3.6 GHz and a boosted clock speed of 4.2. It's got 6 cores as stated in its name and has a total of 12 threads and uses an AM4 socket. We decided to go with the CPU as doing something that costs a bit more would be going over budget, but we also didn't want to lose a good amount of performance. Right now, this can be found on Newegg for $93.98. Of course, this also comes with the standard AMD cooler, so we don't need to worry about purchasing that. Next comes in the motherboard. We decided to go with the Asus Prime A320MK. This micro ATX board supports 2 sticks of DDR4 up to 32 gigs, includes a single M.2 slot, 4 SATA ports, 2 USB 2.0 headers, a USB 3.2 header. And we chose this as Asus is known to have great motherboard products, and this doesn't fail to live up to the Asus name, especially at such a cheap price point of $64.99 on the Asus website. Now that we have the motherboard, we move on to the RAM. For this build, I've selected the Silicon Power SP016. This memory set includes 2 DDR4 sticks, each of 3200 speed, with a first word latency of 13.75 nanoseconds. This has a price point of $36.99 on Amazon, and that makes this set worth about $2.30 per gig. Next, we have storage, and even though we have SATA ports on our motherboard, it's 2023, so we're going to be moving away from primitive technology, and we'll be using the TEAMGROUP MP33 256GB M.2. This can be found on Amazon for $19.98. Then we have the most important part of our build and the most expensive, the Asus Dual Evo OC RTX 2060. This has 6 gigs of VRAM, a core clock speed of 1365 MHz, a boosted clock of 1785 MHz. This card includes 2 HDMI ports and 1 display port. To power it, it has a single 8-pin connector, and this can be purchased at D&H for $277. Power everything, we've gone with the EVGA GD 700W PSU. It's of course 80 plus gold rated because even though it's a budget PC, we never want to dip down into the bronze territory. This PSU comes with 1 EPS 8-pin connector, 4 PCI 6x2 connectors, 6 SATA connections, and 3 Molex connections. This can be found right now at Newegg for only $60. For the final part of our build, we have the Zalman T6 ATX mid-tower case. The reason for this case is due to budget restraints, but I also like the slits on the front of the case as it gives the computer a little bit more breathing room and feels less enclosed. Anyways, I hope you all enjoyed this video. I hope you found it informational. It will probably be the first one, but certainly not the last on this channel. I have plenty of more builds and reviews planned for you, so thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time.